This is Dr. D. Govardhan, Professor in Department of Aeronautical Engineering, Institute of Aeronautical Engineering, Hyderabad. Today we are discussing condition of equilibrium. When several forces are acting on a body, all the forces are replaced by a single force which will having the same effect. The single force is called resultant of all the forces now. If the resultant force of all the forces, if it is equal to 0, then the particle is said to be in equilibrium position. A body is said to be in equilibrium means the state of rest of body, it will remain rest. When the body is moving, it always moves with uniform velocity. That means acceleration is equal to 0. According to Newton's law of motion, it means the resultant of all the forces acting on the body in equilibrium is 0 now. A condition for equilibrium of coplanar forces. When the two forces are acting on a body, which is represented here, the figure number here 1, then in order to keep the body in equilibrium position, these two forces must be equal in magnitude and acting in opposite direction. That should be in collinear. In second case, the body is in the form of L cross section. When the two forces are acting on it, if the body is in equilibrium position, then the forces F1 must be equal to F2, but should be in opposite direction. The direction of these two forces should be in the same line. That means they are said to be collinear. Okay. When three forces are acting on the body, it is called three-force principle. It is a converse of the law of triangular forces. As per this principle, if the body is equilibrium position acted upon by three forces, then the result of any two forces must be equal, opposite and collinear with the third side. Or, if three forces are acting at a point, be represented magnitude and direction of three sides of a triangle taken in order, then the forces shall be in equilibrium. Here, the figure first one is representing the forces P, Q, S are acting at a point O. Then, the resultant of P and Q, it is determined by using triangular forces. According to this one, now, these two forces P and Q can be represented as two sides of a triangle taken in order. The closing side is always it's representing resultant of these two now. That is R, but in opposite directions. But according to the three-force principle, the resultant of P and Q, which is R, which is always equal in magnitude of S, but both should be in opposite directions. And the line is a fraction of forces the same, or in other words, the resultant force as well as the equilibrium, that is S force, both should be equal in magnitude and acting in opposite directions, and they are collinear. So the resultant force is given by, according to the trigonometric relations, R is equal to under root of P square plus Q square plus 2PQ cos theta, where cos theta is representing the angle between the force P and Q. Fourth force principle. As per this principle, if a body is in equilibrium under the action of four forces, the resultant of any two forces must be equal in magnitude, opposite of the resultant of remaining two forces, and these two forces should be collinear. System of forces. When several forces are acting on the body, be represented both in magnitude and direction by the sides of a closed polygon taken in order, then the force shall be in equilibrium. It is the converse of law of polygon of forces. The law of polygon of forces states that when the several forces are acting on a body, it is used to determine their resultant force. According to this law, all these forces can be represented as sides of a polygon taken in order. The closing side is representing the resultant of all the forces, but in opposite order. Hence, here, total just 1, F1, F2, and F3, and F4, F5 forces are acting, which can be represented as sides of a polygon The closing side is representing the resultant force. The resultant force is always equal in magnitude of the force yes, but should be in opposite directions. The second one is analytical method. This analytical method, the one method is the Lami's principle. Generally, this method is applicable for the three forces are acting on a body which are keeping the body in equilibrium position. The second one is resolve the forces into rectangular components. This method is applicable for the coplanar and concurrent forces as well as the coplanar and the non-concurrent forces. These forces, it may be 2 or 3 or several forces are acting on a body. According to the Lami's principle, it states that if 3 coplanar forces are acting at a point B in equilibrium, then each force is proportional to the sine of the angle between the other two forces. Let P, Q, R are the 3 forces acting on a body at a point O. If these 3 forces are keeping the body in equilibrium position, let gamma is representing the include angle between the forces PQ, and between P and R beta and Q and R alpha. According to the Lami's principle, each force is always proportional to the sine of the angle between the other two forces. That means P by sine alpha is equal to Q by sine beta is equal to R by sine gamma, where P, Q, R are the magnitude of the forces P, Q, R, and alpha, beta, and gamma is representing the angle between the forces, which are shown in figure now. By resolve the forces into rectangular components, this method is applicable for coplanar concurrent forces as well as the non-coplanar and non-concurrent forces. The case 1, the coplanar concurrent forces. Here coplanar means all the forces must be lies in a single plane, that is xy plane, and concurrent, the line of action of all the forces must be passing through a single point. Okay, in this method, first resolve all the forces into rectangular components, that is along the x direction as well as the y directions. Now take algebraic sum of all the component of forces which are acting along the x direction. If it is equal to 0, that is treated as the orthogonal component of resultant force should be equal to 0. Similarly, take sum of all the component of forces which are acting along the y direction. If the sum is equal to 0, then it is treated as the vertical component of resultant force should be equal to 0. Or in other words, sigma fx is equal to 0 and sigma my is also equal to 0. Then it is said to be the body is in equilibrium position. This condition is applicable when the forces are coplanar and concurrent. Here the example is given now. The 4 forces F1, F2, F3 and F4 are acting at a point O. Now for resolving these forces in analytical method, resolve the forces along the x direction and y directions. Let F1 is making an angle of theta 1 with the horizontal line x direction now, and resolve the forces along the x direction as well as along the y direction. The y component is acting upward direction, it is the theta positive. The x component is acting along the right directions, it is the theta positive. Similarly, the F2 force is assumed is making an angle of theta 2 with the horizontal line. Now resolve the forces in horizontal direction. This is equal to F2 cos theta 2. It is acting towards the left side negative. Similarly, the vertical component is F2 sin theta 2. It is acting downward directions. It is treated as a negative direction now. Similarly, F3 is there now. Resolve the two components along the x direction and y directions. The x component is acting along the left hand side and it is treated as negative. That is equal to F3 cos theta 3 now. Similarly, the vertical component F3 sine theta 3 that is acting in downward direction, so hence it is also treated as a negative now. The fourth force F4, it is a pointing toward the concurrent point. This result is force into two components. The vertical component is acting upward direction, which is equal to F4 sine theta 4, and horizontal component is acting toward the left side, F4 cos theta 4 now. Now to take some of the forces which are acting along the x direction, that is sigma fx is equal to 0. And similarly, if the forces sigma Fy is also equal to 0, that is the sum of the component of forces which are acting along the y direction, then the object is said to be in equilibrium condition. Case 2. A body is subjected to coplanar and non-concurrent forces acting on a body. Here, coplanar means all the forces are lies in a single plane, and non-concurrent means the line of action of all the forces not at all passing through a single point. Okay, in this case, first of all, resolve the forces in horizontal and vertical directions and take the algebraic sum of all the component of forces which are acting along the x direction, that is sigma fx, if it is equal to 0. Similarly, sigma Fy is equal to 0, that is sum of the component of forces which are acting along the y direction. Since it is a non-concurrent term, one more condition also required. The moments created by these forces at any given point, if it is equal to 0, then the body is said to be in equilibrium condition. That is, for the coplanar and non-concurrent forces, in order to keep the body in equilibrium condition, three equations must be satisfied. One is sigma fx is equal to 0, and sigma Fy is equal to 0, and sigma m is equal to 0. Resultant of coplanar and non-concurrent system of forces acting on a body. Here, the forces are there now, P, Q, and R, which are acting on the body. These forces are coplanar, which are acting in the same plane, but non-concurrent. The line of action of all the forces not at all passing through a single point. Then, in order to satisfy the equilibrium condition, that is the sigma fx should be equal to 0, sigma Fy is equal to 0, and sigma m is equal to 0. That the first condition is the algebraic sum of component of forces which are acting along the x direction should be equal to 0. That is sigma fx is 0. Similarly, the sum of the components which are acting along the y direction should be equal to 0. The third equation is the algebraic sum of the moments created by all the forces at a given point should be equal to 0 now. Okay, this is the general condition for equilibrium of several forces are acting on a body. The first figure is representing F1, F2 and F3 forces are acting, which are collinear. That is the line of action of all the forces must be in the same line. In order to keep the body in equilibrium position, the sum of the forces which are acting in the direction should be equal to 0. That means sigma fx is equal to 0 now. Or in other words, if you take algebraic sum, the F1 as well as the F3 are acting toward the right side and F2 is toward the left side. Okay, according to sigma fx is equal to F1 minus F2 plus F3, it should be equal to 0 now. The second equation is a concurrent at a point now. Since these are the coplanar and concurrent, only the two equations are enough to satisfy the equilibrium condition. One is sigma fx is equal to 0 and second one is sigma Fy is equal to 0 now. Third one, the parallel forces. These are coplanar and non-concurrent. Since the forces are parallel now, so we require only two conditions are enough to satisfy the equilibrium condition. That is sigma fx is equal to 0 and the moments created by at any given point, that is sigma mz, should be equal to 0. In general conditions, if the forces are acting at a given point which are coplanar and non-concurrent, then three equations must be satisfied in order to keep the body in equilibrium. One is the sum of the component of forces which are acting along the x direction, sigma fx is equal to 0. The second one is the algebraic sum of component of forces which are acting along the y direction should be equal to 0. And the third one is the moments created by the all the forces at any given point must be equal to 0. That is sigma mz should be equal to 0. This equation must be satisfied in order to keep the body in a equilibrium condition. Okay, condition for the equilibrium of a particle now. Here equilibrium means the resultant of all the forces which are acting on the body, it should be equal to 0. That means when the body is at rest, that means it remains at rest. When the body is moving, that means it always moves with the uniform velocity. Or in another words, sigma f is equal to 0 according to the Newton's first law of motions. Since there is no acceleration acting on it, because the rate of change of velocity should be equal to 0, hence sigma f is equal to ma, which is also equal to 0, or from this relation, the acceleration of the body which is moving, it is also equal to 0. That means the body is moving with uniform velocity, or if the already it is at rest, the body it will not change its state of rest again. Okay, the condition for the equilibrium forces. The procedure is in order to find the conditions for the equilibrium of given body when the several forces are acting on it. The first procedure is to draw the free body diagram now. That is, in free body diagram, the body which is having the supports like planes and point supports or injured supports or built-in support, remove all the supports and keep the equivalent reactions offered by the supports on a body, then it is called free body diagrams. Then in second case, resolve all the forces into two rectangular components. Take the algebraic sum of the component of forces which are acting along the x direction. It should be equal to 0. Similarly, the component of forces which are acting along the y direction should be equal to 0 now. But the forces are classified into two types now, which are active forces. The second one is the reactive forces. These active forces which are acting on the body, which is always tends to move the particle now. The reactive forces, generally it is offered by the surfaces, generally which will resist the motion of the body or which will prevent the motion of the body in that particular directions. Okay, identify each force and show all known magnitude and direction of all the forces. Similarly, the reactions which are offered by the surfaces on the body now. After that, fourth one, resolve the forces into rectangular component. Now take algebraic sum sigma fx, it should be equal to 0 and sigma fi is also equal to 0. If they are forces are coplanar and non-concurrent, that one more additional equation, so sigma m it is also equal to 0 now. Hence the summary of this entire content is, when the body is in equilibrium, when several forces are acting on it, if the forces are coplanar and concurrent, then the two equations are enough. That is sigma fx is equal to 0. That means the algebraic sum of component of forces which are acting along the x direction should be equal to 0, or r cos alpha equal to 0 now, where r cos alpha will be representing the component of resultant force which are acting along the x direction should be equal to 0. The second equation sigma fi, which is also equal to the component of resultant force which is acting along the y direction, it should be equal to 0. If the forces are non-concurrent and coplanar, three equations must be satisfied. One is sigma fx is equal to 0, sigma fi is equal to 0, and third one is sigma m is equal to 0 now. Thank you.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.